Hi everyone, my name is Carolyn Waygood. I'm a board certified doctor of naturopathy, and I am here with Susan Quier, who wants to share some information with you about a recent breast thermography screening that she had performed here in the Florida area. So Susan, I will let them explain to you, or explain to the crowd, breast thermography. You chose breast thermography for a screening for breast health. Why?
Yes, I did. I was diagnosed with dense breast tissue, had some pain going on, some concerns, and my mother is a breast cancer survivor as well as my paternal grandmother. So I've had some genetic testing done. I've had mammography, was not satisfied with the results I was getting with mammography, had actually had a false positive, had to have a biopsy. That was uncomfortable. I have a nice big scar. Thanks to that. All was well, thank God. But I wanted to turn to a more natural and interventive type of screening so that I could know what I was dealing with.
Wonderful. And for those of you out there who aren't familiar with thermography, it is a form of screening, for lack of a better term, but I like to use the word imaging of the tissue within the body. So it could be, thermography could be performed on breast tissue, it could be performed on the legs, the abdomen, the back, whatever area of the body, and using very highly sensitive camera and computer equipment, we are able to see and measure the amount of heat that the body is producing in specific areas, in very significant detail, as you will be able to see with Susan's results. And by being able to identify the areas within the body where there is a significant temperature elevation, or which is usually associated with inflammation, as you've learned, we are able to address that inflammatory condition, reduce the inflammation, improve circulation to the area, and hopefully prevent disease. And I will make sure everybody in the audience knows that the reason we focus on inflammation, or the identification of inflammation, is it is recognized as the precursor to most of our chronic diseases in today's day and age. So inflammatory or chronic inflammatory conditions are not welcome in the human body. It damages tissues. So Susan did something very interesting once she got her results. Go ahead.
Well, I got the results in March of 2017 this year, and there were some concerns. A low level of concern in some areas, and an actually moderate level of concern for some things that were going on after the thermography, particularly in the lymph area, which is real important to breast health, as I have come to understand, as well as the breasts themselves. So I was told to improve my lifestyle, to exercise more, to eat better, to dry brush. That was what I left with the suggestions, and I said, well, you have to do more than that, because I already do all those things.
Right.
I eat very healthy, organically. I dry brush all the time, so that's obviously not.
So you were doing all the right things.
I was. I needed to know more. So fast forward about 2 months, and I am introduced to a wonderful product, the EMRO Quantum Energy Discs. And I'm just a lay person. My background's in business. I don't have any kind of a health background, but the concept resonated with me greatly.
Right.
So what I ended up doing was thinking. I said, okay, you have a circulation disc.
Right.
And I said, can I apply these, and will it make a difference?
Right. And so Susan posed that question to me, and no one had ever brought that up, as a matter of fact, and I'm a breast health specialist, but both of us were at the time actually fairly new to EMRO Quantum and the concepts and the healing benefits associated to energy therapies. And these are topical discs that are chemical-free, drug-free, that are imprinted with specific subtle energetic frequencies that resonate with the energy flow or the energy system within the human body. And I know that that gets a little esoteric for people to think about, but I want you to keep in mind that the human body is comprised of both physical matter, cells and tissues, chemicals. Obviously, everybody's familiar with calcium and magnesium and oxygen and you know, these things that make up the body. But what we fail to recognize in traditional medicine is the energetic aspect of the human body. So not only are we hard matter, tissue, and we are comprised of these chemical atoms that are making up all of that tissue, but there's an electrical, an energetic component to the human body that gives us life. And Susan was thinking out of the box and said, I do all the right things, and yet I still see an inflammatory condition or a temperature rise in my breast tissue. I see lack of circulation. What if I energetically supported that area and improved or unblocked or retuned the frequency of my breast tissue? And I said, let's give it a try.
Yes.
And
yeah, so I very faithfully wore the discs for 6 weeks. So probably from about the end of May, third week in May, until I was rechecked. Had another thermography right around the second week of July.
Right.
And so
yes, and
yeah.
we will post this. So I'm going to pause for a second because I'm going to try and splice her pictures into the video. But what we are going to show you is her before and after images. And pay careful attention to the deep orange and red colors displayed under the axillary area or the armpits of the 6 images on the left side of the picture compared to the 6 images on the right side. You'll notice that the axillary area has cooled. There is less inflammation in those areas. And you'll also notice that the breast tissue themselves have gone from a deep dark blue, which is actually cold and displays lack of circulation, to a warmer blue hue in the breast images on the right side of the pictures. Significant reduction in the red and the orange, and clear indication of an improvement in circulation in the images on the right side. I just want to say on behalf of all of us in the web world, thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
But she did wear multiple discs, multiple EMRO Quantum Circulation discs to be exact. Placed them in very strategic areas according to the results of her thermography. And we will show you, or have shown you, the before and after images in just 6 weeks.
6 weeks, yes.
So thank you all for listening. Thank you, Susan, for sharing. God bless. Have a wonderful day and better breast health. The quantum discs use inaudible energetic frequencies imprinted on an adhesive topical disc that taps into the body's subtle energy system to influence healing. The discs operate on the principle of sympathetic vibrational resonance, using unique, frequency-specific vibrational properties to affect cellular and biomolecular change within the physical body. Susan used the quantum circulation disc and applied various discs to certain areas of the breast tissue to stimulate greater circulation. And as you can see from her before and after images, in just 6 weeks, improved circulation yielded amazing results.